I want you to think about what you did this morning. You're lying in bed, you just woke up, alarm clock went off, right? You get out of bed, hop in the shower, shampoo up, soap up, shave, whatever you need to do. Get out, towel dry, put on your cosmetics, your skincare, your deodorants, whatever. Think about this daily routine. Go down, eat breakfast. Does anybody ever think or imagine what you're putting on your body every day, every single day? Let's start the scenario again. You wake up in your petroleum-produced sheets, if it's polyester or rayon or whatever it is. You just set it up with sodium lauryl sulfate shampoo. You just put on propylene glycol and aluminum dioxide with your deodorants. Parabens in your skincare. These are things that you do every single day. Day in and day out. I mean, what are you wearing right now? Are you wearing polyester, rayon? Are you wearing petroleum, chemically laden products? You know, I can guarantee you we're not in wool right now. It's a little hot outside for wool. Cotton's better, linen, you know, natural fibers, things like that are great, but sometimes they're not economical and it's just easy to buy polyester. But this is what you do every day. This is the world that we live in. I mean, right now in Salt Lake City, I feel like I've been smoking a pack of cigarettes every day, unfiltered. It's bad out there, but it's actually better today than it was last week. You know, it's a perfect picture that I've got up here of what Salt Lake City's been looking like the last few days because of all the wildfires. But then we go into the soaps and we've got, you know, so many chemicals. In fact, the American Cancer Society has identified over 480 carcinogens that you're exposed to every day. That's just what they've identified, all right? Does everybody know what a carcinogen is? It means cancer-causing agent. Carcinogen. And every day we're exposed to these things. Now, you know, why aren't we all dead? Well, it's because we have an elimination system. We're going to talk about that here in a bit. But what do these carcinogens do as they build up in the body? They create endocrine system disorders. And that's a big long word, and maybe you don't know what the endocrine system disorders are. It has to do with all of your glands in your body. But I want you to look closely. There's a lot of words up here. Read these words. And I want to see hands go up if you know somebody who has one of these disorders or has been affected by one of these disorders. Read down that list, take a look. It looks like almost every hand is up. Are we plagued by toxins in our society? You bet. And it's no wonder why these disorders are so predominant and why every single one of us either knows somebody or has one of these ourselves. Luckily, we have an elimination system. It's why, you know, from birth, maybe through our first 12, 14, even 20 years, why we don't develop these syndromes, why they happen in later life. It's because our elimination system is a system, and it's amazing. Your skin is your largest elimination organ. Your lungs expel toxins every time you breathe out. Your liver, your colon, your kidneys all work together to expel these toxins that you're exposed to every single day. But over time, these organs begin to wear out. They deteriorate just like every other muscle or joint or anything like that in your body. They've got kind of a lifespan. And if we don't take care of them, they begin to wear out. And then we start building up toxins in our body. And the first place that happens is fat cells. Fats act like tiny livers, and they store toxins for you. So one of the causes of obesity, if you go back to that prior slide, obesity was on there. Obesity is a sign of overtoxicity. So we introduced V-Tox today. We talked about it. Let's talk about prevention. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, right? Benjamin Franklin's famous words. So what is V-Tox? What can it do and how can it help us keep these toxins from flooding our bodies, and how can it eliminate what's already built up there? We've got some major key ingredients in here that literally I could spend all day talking about. We're gonna have to keep this really short though, but think about where toxins come from. First of all, we need to focus on all 5 elimination organs. How many of you have ever seen a cleanse system that works on all 5? When you hear colon detox, right, you can buy that in any health food store. There's liver detoxes out there. Has anybody ever heard of a skin detox? And yet, again, your single largest elimination organ. Your skin eliminates more waste every day than your colon does. Wow. You know why now we have to do our laundry at the end of every day? You know, your clothes stink. Why? Because your skin has been eliminating toxins all day long. Heavy metals build up in our systems. You know, we talked about running through the scenario of what you do every morning. Well, all of you drink water every day. What are you drinking? Are you drinking chlorinated, fluorinated water every day and fluorine building up in your system? The metal pipes that run through these, you know, they used to be lead pipes. Of course, it's outlawed now and they don't do that, but it used to be lead cups and lead pipes. But lead is still so present in all of our systems today. It's found in food products, it's found in clothing, it's floating around in the air. So we've got to focus on heavy metal detoxification as well. And then the environmental pollutants that we're plagued with, pesticides, herbicides. I mean, do you guys buy organic every single day? I don't, we try. My wife does, I think. But when I'm out grocery shopping, sometimes I don't. I kind of look at prices sometimes. So, pesticides, herbicides, they're real and they're there, and that's why things are labeled organic versus non-organic. And then we can focus a little bit on weight loss. We're going to talk about that later, right at the end though. But the very first ingredient that I wanted to use in this product, you guys, is one of the first and only patented forms of silymarin. It's the liposomal silymarin. And for my medical team down here, they know what silymarin is. It's used to detoxify your liver and protect your liver from free radical damage, but mostly it's used for detoxification of drug addicts, alcoholism. It helps lower ALT levels in the body. It's a really powerful nutrient. It comes from milk thistle. But silymarin, like other ingredients that we've talked about in the past, is hard to assimilate. So using a liposomal version of that, not only is it really rare, we only found one in the entire world. This ingredient happens to come from Spain, from a Spanish pharmaceutical company that creates and specializes in liposomes. So we are able to use this ingredient in our product. It's patented. It has phase 3, so the highest standard you could get of the FDA clinical studies for efficacy at reducing ALT levels in the liver. It has been shown to be up to 10 times more bioavailable than other types of silymarin. Because you can get milk thistle out there, but again, milk thistle contains a certain percentage of silymarin, and that silymarin usually doesn't get into your body. It does a little bit. It's about 5 to 8% bioavailable. Well, our silymarin, which is trademarked Silifos, is up to 10 times more bioavailable than other brands out there. The black mineral. You guys know this as your 72 trace mineral complex that's in the Core Complete. And in Core Complete, we use this ingredient for its trace minerals because trace minerals are essential for life. But in V-Tox, we're using this ingredient for an entirely different reason because the black mineral contains fulvic acid. Everybody say that so you don't get it wrong because everybody says folic acid. No, it's not folic acid, it's fulvic. F-U-L-V-I-C, fulvic acid. Fulvic acid bonds with heavy metals. It's a natural, organic, detoxifying substance that's found in just a few places in the world. And one of them happens to be right here in southern Utah in these ancient beds of plants that we have. And when I say ancient, I don't mean Jurassic era, like other trace mineral drinks out there. I mean, this is only about 10,000 years old. So it's not fossilized yet. It hasn't bonded with carbon yet. In about 1 million years, it'll be a rock. But right now, it's still a fermenting, rotting plant. And what happens is you get a lot of bacteria and a lot of enzymes combined with those trace minerals, and it produces a substance called fulvic acid. And fulvic acid does not like heavy metals. It actually bonds with them and collects them, and then eventually it would form a rock if it stayed in nature. But when we ingest it, it collects those heavy metals, and then as part of your elimination system goes, it flushes them out of the body via your skin, via your lungs, via your kidneys, things like that. So fulvic acid, we've actually used in laboratories to detoxify mice and rats and things like that after we've run them through clinical studies. You know, when people do animal testing and stuff, if the rodent lives, you don't want to throw it away. You want to reuse it in another clinical study. And we use fulvic acid in labs all over the world to detoxify these rats. If it works for rats, it'll work for us, right? That's the black mineral. So black mineral is pretty amazing. Again, it's an ancient plant material that contains trace minerals and fulvic acids. Then we've got our detoxifying herbal blend, a specific nutrient for each organ in your body. Osha and mullein for the lungs, Silphus, which is that patented milk thistle extract, and burdock for the liver. Who's heard burdock root? We've got Japanese in here, right? One of my favorite dishes in Japan is a burdock root soup. Oh, it's so good. It's a really long root. In fact, you can get like over 1 meter long. It's like a big carrot. Tastes so good though, but you gotta boil it for a long time. But it helps detoxify the liver and cleanse our blood. We've got kelp and garlic. You know, if there's any Koreans in here, Koreans have like the most beautiful skin in the world. And they eat garlic every day with every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Kimchi, it's one of the main ingredients in kimchi, and it helps their skin. They're known for their beautiful skin. I don't even know if I've ever seen a Korean with acne. Do they exist? I don't know. But we've got kelp and garlic in there for the skin. Coriander and dandelion for the kidneys. Apple pectin and psyllium seed husk for the colon. You know that saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away? It's because an apple a day keeps you regular. All right? So that's our herbal blend that's in detox. So these are the benefits of a pure body. What happens when your elimination system is clean and you're free from toxins? Your endocrine system works better. Again, there's that big word again, your endocrine system. It's your glands, your pituitary glands. I'm not going to name them all, sorry. I was going to, and I thought, that's just too complicated. Basically, the hormones in your body, your energy levels. I can't even, there's so many. Well, we'll let the medical advisors do trainings over the next few months about the endocrine system. There's actually people called endocrinologists. That's all they do is specialize in that. Basically, every function of your body, every aspect of your life is pretty much dictated by what goes on via your endocrine system. It's a super important system, but it basically means an increase in energy, better hormonal balance, more clarity in thought. These are all connected to whether you're detoxifying or not, okay? So let's talk about the use of this product, because this is where we're going to get all the questions. Everybody says, oh, is this a detox program? Yes, it can be. But we formulated this product to be used on a daily basis. Your body is exposed to toxins every single day. Just like the scenario of waking up in the morning. If you shower, if you shave, if you use deodorant, if you're wearing petroleum-based clothing, you need a daily support for your elimination organs. However, in the beginning, I would love to have everyone try a detoxification program if you've never done it before. Who here has done a detoxification program? Oh wow, quite a few of you. That's awesome. Great. Well, I won't have to explain all the side effects of a detoxification program then, okay? Little stronger smelling sweat, maybe some stronger bathroom trips. You know, your wife might not want to sit next to you for a few days. But this product is also effective enough to use as a detoxification program. You're going to take 2 capsules in the morning, 2 capsules at bedtime, and that's all you need to do for 2 weeks. For a nice detoxification program. After that, 1 a day. So that's how we use this product, all right? For those who have never been through a detoxification program before, do not be surprised if you stink a little bit more. Your sweat smells a little bit stronger. If you get a mild headache, maybe a rash on your skin, that happens too. And I'm just saying this right here to warn everybody so that customer service isn't flooded with emails and phone calls saying, oh my gosh, I'm having a reaction. It's called a healing crisis. As your body detoxifies, it begins to heal itself. But there may be those side effects that come up, all right? Maybe not this one. But that's how we're going to use the product, all right? 2 capsules in the morning, 2 capsules in the evening for the first 2 weeks, and then after that, 1 capsule at bedtime. Your body collects all those, and it actually flushes the system while you sleep, cleanses your blood, so that when you wake up in the morning, your elimination system starts working and flushes all those toxins out. All right, that's V-Tox. You know, this year I had the opportunity here a few months back to take my son to Japan. And as I was looking at photos, particularly this photo of our trip, and I'm sorry, Dallin, it's the New York ball cap. I do have a Boston ball cap, but I just wasn't wearing it this day. But I looked at this photo and I thought, you know, my son's 18 years old now. And he's such a handsome kid. He's so good. Look at his skin tone and everything, you know. And I got thinking, I was 19 years old when I visited this very location. He's 18 years old, so here I am, you know, 30 some odd years later at this location with him. I look at this picture and I thought, geez, in 1 year's time, what am I going to look like? Look at the wrinkles around my eyes. Come on. How come, you know, what is aging? How come in 365 days, so in 1 year from now, I'm going to have more gray hair, more wrinkles, and yet my son, he's going to have bigger muscles. He'll probably be taller than me in 1 year. His skin will look better. It's the same time frame. Why is it different? What causes, I mean, same DNA, same genetics. Here's a mother and daughter. Why do we age? What is this process of aging? In science, it happens at the cellular level. Cells go through a process called apoptosis. Another big word. I'm not supposed to use big words, but let me explain what apoptosis is. It's death of the cell. It's the lifespan and death of the cell. Some cells are supposed to die quickly. Some are supposed to live for a long time. Just depends on your cells. Like your skin cells, they actually, when you're younger, are supposed to rejuvenate every 3 to 4 weeks. You have a whole new layer of skin every month, you guys. When you hit about 26, 27, it takes about 6 weeks. When you hit about 32 or 33, it takes 8 weeks to create a new layer of skin. Why? Why does that slow down? We're all familiar with the term free radical damage, right? Yeah, good. Because free radicals, they're not like freedom fighters in Nicaragua or something, okay? They're unpaired molecules that wreak havoc in our cells, and they disrupt this apoptosis. They disrupt cellular death. They cause cells that are supposed to die quickly to not die quickly. And they cause cells that are supposed to live for a long time to die faster. They disrupt our what we call intracellular communication, or communication within the cell. So you got a nice healthy cell here, it gets attacked by free radicals, and it causes an unhealthy cell. In fact, what it really causes, there's one term we use for cellular free radical damage, it's called poikilocytosis, where the actual wall of the cell gets hard. So typically a cell membrane is soft and pliable. Nutrients can get in, toxins can get out, but when that cell membrane becomes hard, you don't get that delivery of nutrients and excretion of toxins and things like that, and the cell communication is disrupted, and the cell doesn't know what it's supposed to do anymore. And it causes, for example, skin cells to not die so quickly, so you don't get that new layer of skin quickly, and what happens? It starts getting wrinkles because your skin gets old. Happens to your organs too. This is what free radicals do to our body. Now, we have several sources of free radicals. We have what's called exogenous, which is outside free radicals. That's what we've been talking about with the V Tox, you know, pollutants in the environment, cigarette smoking, tobacco, chemicals, things like that. But we also, I don't care if you lived in a bubble. If I hope there's no hypochondriacs here, and we've talked about all these chemicals and now they don't want to go outside, but even if you chose to move into a bubble and encapsulate yourself in the purest environment in the world, your own body still produces free radicals inside of it. It's called endogenous free radicals. And that's caused by just the fact that you're breathing air, oxygen. When oxygen gets to that cell, enters the nuclei, where we get the word nuclear from, it splits that oxygen molecule, produces energy with some of it, and the waste product, which is a free radical, with another. It takes those oxygen electrons, rips them apart. So you have an unpaired oxygen molecule now, and that's free radical damage. So it's not just about our environment, it's what goes on inside of our bodies too. How can we stop it? These are what antioxidants do. We have external antioxidants and we have internal antioxidants in our body as well. So the external antioxidants, we all know these. These are fruits and vegetables, right? The amazing polyphenol compounds. Over 8,000 known polyphenols right now. Over 4,000 classifications of flavonoids. We are supposed to eat a variety, right? We're omnivores. We're supposed to eat greens and yellows and blues and purples and reds and oranges and everything. That's where we get all these flavonoids and polyphenols. Unfortunately, though, we don't eat that wide of a variety. And another unfortunate fact is that these polyphenols, some of them are very hard to absorb. We've all been taught about resveratrol, right? It's in our Renew. Resveratrol is less than 1% bioavailable, and yet it's a wonderful exogenous or outside antioxidant. In steps liposome technology, we can take these polyphenols and make them more bioavailable. But let's talk about something even more cool than outside antioxidants. Remember, we talked about free radicals are created in your own body, the internal free radical damage. Did you know your body has a system to produce internal antioxidants as well? And these antioxidants are hundreds of times more powerful than anything you can ingest via your food. One of them is called glutathione. Another one is superoxide dismutase. We have catalase, coenzyme Q10, alpha-lipoic acid. These are all free radical scavengers, or antioxidants, that your own body produces. And yet, why don't you see, like, glutathione sold in capsules? If it's so much stronger, why? It's because these are antioxidants that your own body is supposed to produce, and when you orally ingest them, all of them are destroyed in the digestive tract. We'll talk about how we can overcome that later, but here's a diagram of what free radicals do. Glutathione in particular, and our polyphenols, even something as simple as vitamin C, are antioxidants that have an extra molecule. They have an extra electron, And a free radical is a cell that is radicalized. It's missing an electron. It's an unpaired, and so it's kind of confused. So all antioxidants do is they have these extra electrons, and they give it to the free radical. And it stabilizes that molecule. And then your body either uses it or eliminates it. So ORIC chart, we've all heard of this term before. What the ORIC score is, oxidative reactive strength of any particular chemical or substance. You really can't see on the screen here. I'm going to try to point it out. Oh. Yeah, the screen's too bright back there, but look all the way down at green tea. There's just going to be a hair-thin line at the bottom. It was actually hard for our marketing department to come up with this chart because it shows the ORIC score of external antioxidants versus the strength of just one glutathione internal antioxidant. So green tea's got about a 1,200 ORAC score. Acai has about 102,000, so think about that. The powerfulness of acai versus green tea in scavenging free radicals. It's about 100-fold, right? Clove is the world's most powerful external antioxidant. And you know, we have a little bit of clove in our Renew. It's about just under 300,000 on the ORAC score. Well, glutathione actually doesn't have an ORAC score because it's an internal antioxidant, and the ORAC score is created for external antioxidants. But just so that you could see the comparison, and actually you couldn't even see this because glutathione is 300 times more powerful than clove at scavenging free radicals. Yeah. And by the way, this chart is not 300 times. 300 times went about 2 feet off the screen. But marketing had to shrink it so it would fit on the screen. Yeah, he said, basically, if you were a human being standing next to the Empire State Building, that's the difference of clove versus glutathione as far as scavenging free radicals, okay? But again, why don't you see glutathione supplements? How come everybody's not taking glutathione? You guys, glutathione really is the end-all for aging. You know, there's glutathione boosters up there. Well, why did they have to make a booster? It's because glutathione is destroyed in the digestive tract. Interliposome technology. We can protect that glutathione. We can protect those polyphenols. We can get the best of the external antioxidants and internal antioxidants and truly combat free radical damage. Eternal. This is the brainchild of the sale. This is the product that's going to start, I don't know how you'd say it, turning the dial, cranking it up.
Bring it.
We added another ingredient in here though, and you saw in the video, Dan mentioned it. Collagen is a huge seller in Asia. I don't care if you go to Japan or Korea or Singapore or Malaysia, it's like the best-selling beauty product everywhere. Everywhere you go, you see collagen, and it's because the clinical studies behind ingesting collagen, it gets broken down into a bunch of amino acids, but those amino acids are then used to boost your own body's collagen and elastin levels. So literally, and I've seen the clinical studies, within a matter of days, you can visually see the signs of like wrinkles begin to disappear in some of the clinical studies I've read. It's an amazing product. So I believe that aging should not only be felt and happen internally, but I want to see external results as well, so we added collagen. The polyphenols in there also help support immune function. I mean, this product truly is an overall health and well-being product. Why? We just learned what free radicals do. Free radicals damage all of our cells. So if we can prevent free radical damage, what's that going to mean to you? Here's the nutrients we've already discussed. Glutathione. Microactive CoQ10, by the way, one of the most bioavailable sources of CoQ10 out there. I want you to Google this word. You're going to find clinical studies on microactive CoQ10. Here's our 10 polyphenols. Actually, there's more than 10. It's our 10 superfruits. And then I've kind of written a small list of the different polyphenols in here. These are words maybe you're familiar with. Anthocyanidins, right? Resveratrol, ellagic acid, lycopene, rutin, catechins. These are the greens and the reds and the blues and the purples and the oranges and the yellows that make up our fruits. We've got them in here. Again, what does it mean to you to have the most powerful endogenous antioxidants and the most powerful exogenous antioxidants together in one product combined with collagen? It truly means beauty and health from within. I'm glad that you enjoyed the presentation. I really want to emphasize the fact that you've got to share this stuff. We put them in these little packets for a reason. Get it out there, get it shared, enjoy this product. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage co-founder and president